Hello and welcome to another stream. My name is Joe and this is World of Warcraft. Today I'll be going for some, I think tier 8 Delve. I think I should have some keys. As I can see I have 2 restored keys. So we're definitely doing 2. So let's find the first one we can go. Yeah, let's go for the Shadow Enclave. Let's go there. Let's change my flight key. And head to the location. Wednesday I will have my vault to be opened. I might have access to about 3 or 4 hero items. And the rest will be probably champion. Earlier today I managed to obtain the Emberwing feather, which I'm not sure if I'm gonna use it, but it might be good with the haste. So let's find out. Maybe I'm gonna try to do an easy delve later on, which will probably be done in Harandar in the Grudge Pit, and I'll be trying to do it on 11. Most likely I will not do that on 11, but I will give it a shot. Rather a little rare over there, I believe. Where's the rare? There's the rare. Let's kill the rare first. There we go. We'll get some more keys. Okay, so we technically get 4 keys from this. 6 keys. Let me spec to my Delve spec. Let's go tier 11. Can we do 11 as well? Yeah. But just sort of gives us a heavy trunk, so it's not really worth it for me. Upon Delve completion with lives remaining, a gilded chest will appear in the treasure room. But I don't want to do the Shadow Enclave on that quality. So I have total 6 keys. Let's get some. No, let's go for it. She will be tanking. I still prefer her to tank, so let's get started. And I will heal her when she needs healing, but
50%.
Did I put the enchant on my weapon? Yes, I did. Right, beastie one is dead. And let's skin this guy.
60%.
Then pick up these items, which I think is related to something. Oh, there's a nemesis beast here after we kill this one. Or it's this group. This is the nemesis group, I think. Yeah, this is the nemesis group. So I think I need to kill that one more big beast or something.
70%.
At least we killed 2 groups apparently, but I'm wondering if there's a limit on the keys. It seems to be not. Alright, and let's kill the other 2 elites. Oh.
50%.
Well, now I got the ads as well with me.
40%.
Which is not that good.
30%. 40%. 50%.
This is very bad. Let's wait her time out. She will be
30%.
held up soon.
20%. 10%.
I cannot.
0%.
I just don't know why I died there.
80%.
Let's just change her to healer. Like what many people do, but I don't know why I died there.
90%.
Let's see how she does it with healing. It's just the stupid bloody eyes that killed me. So let's see how strong her healing is. It's really worth it to choose her as healer.
80%. 90%. 80%. 100%. 70%. 90%.
There's not much I can do against attacks, what they do. Apparently the healing is quite good, so...
70%. 80%.
But we'll see with bigger fights.
100%.
Still one nemesis remaining. I think the big guy is a nemesis. We do have a little potion here. Let's grab that. Let's go for the boss again. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. It's stuck.
90%.
Now I get the bloody eye again. Oh my god.
70%.
You gotta be kidding me, right?
90%. 80%. 90%.
At least he might be loose. I'm just gonna try to kick him out.
90%. 100%. 90%.
Might not work.
80%. 90%.
Just need to survive this fear. Don't get... Oh, he's free, he's free. Ah, that's good.
90%.
So we have this trinket.
80%. 70%.
Let's use it.
70%.
Now we should be safe to go.
60%. 70%. 100%.
The 100%, 70%, etc, etc. That's my health going down and up. So every 10% it will announce my HP. So I do not really have to check. Seems to be that we completed the Nemesis project,
90%.
so we'll just need to
70%.
complete the instance
70%. 80%.
and then we're done.
80%.
The only thing is I do hate this delve.
70%.
I really hate it. Especially with those bloody eyes.
90%. 90%. 70%. 80%. 100%. 90%. 90%.
Now we need to kill a skull crusher again.
90%.
Let's wait for a bigger attack like this one and we just knock him back. Not sure if he's gonna charge me. He does.
90%.
And we interrupt the shield against for him, so he doesn't get a bubble shield around him.
80%. 90%.
And if he does another big attack like this, we're just gonna stun him. And we'll use it again. And that totem was a total waste. Regular ogre to kill.
90%. 100%. 90%. 80%. 50%.
Not sure if this is from him and from the healer.
50%.
I think it's from both.
80%. 60%. 70%.
Alright.
80%.
Still don't know what these items are that I've been picking up a lot. Something that I had to collect, some materials apparently. There's one below this bed as well. Picking up these other items are not really useful to me, at least. Already unlocked the treasure chests. We'll be fighting the Thinobles anytime soon, so
70%. 60%. 80%. 90%. 80%. 70%.
Come on.
80%.
There we go.
100%.
A little eyeball over there. See if this guy mines it. Come on, mine it. I know you want to mine it. Okay, you're not gonna mine it for me. Let's get a big elemental.
90%. 90%.
Let's get a little checkpoint over here. Grant us an extra life.
90%. 100%. 90%.
And this restless soul can keep stacking up to like 5 or 6. Right, we have a rare over here.
90%. 80%.
Let's just do my big
100%.
AoE, or I mean damage boost
90%.
burst.
80%. 70%. 50%. 60%. 80%. 60%. 70%. 90%. 70%. 100%. 90%.
Almost done with my cooldowns. We'll probably get the increased
90%.
critical damage.
80%. 80%.
There we go.
90%.
And then we should be getting that thing that I mentioned. No, it's increased movement speed the longer you keep moving breaks in combat. Right, let's wait till this thing is done and proceed.
70%. 60%.
Come on, heal me then.
40%. 50%.
Thank you.
70%. 60%. 40%.
Let's focus on the
40%.
small ads.
70%. 50%.
Right.
80%. 70%.
That will be very
80%.
solid kill.
60%.
And this is why I hate this dungeon
30%.
or
0%.
nemesis place.
90%. 40%. 80%. 90%.
Probably have to wait my
100%.
cooldown after this.
90%. 70%. 60%. 80%. 80%. 70%.
Because I think that crash, I think he used the crash.
50%. 90%. 90%.
So this is the first slice.
60%.
And we got the crash.
90%.
We're gonna use a stomp.
70%.
Now he
100%.
needs to die, which he does. See if there's a little potion here. There is. We're very close to the end of this delve.
%. 60%. 70%. 100%.
100%.
90%.
Come on.
80%. 70%. 60%. 60%. 50%. 70%.
I'm wondering if she really can keep up my health, because I have the feeling that I keep dying and she doesn't do anything. And that's why I prefer to have the tank over the healer.
50%. 60%. 40%. 60%. 70%.
Alright, we're almost done.
80%.
And then in the next one I will probably change it to a tank again.
60%. 50%. 70%. 90%. 30%. 40%. 20%.
So I'm now on 6 deck with 193 intellect.
80%.
There's another potion over there. I will fight the final boss.
80%. 70%. 90%. 60%.
Hey James, how are you today?
100%.
Sorry, I'm playing some delves.
80%.
It's not very interesting, but it's alright. I just hate this delve because I always die in this.
90%.
Except might be today that I do not die here because I'm doing a lower tier. But yeah, how are you today? I've been working the entire day already, so
100%.
I might be looking sleepy, or well,
80%.
I'll be going to bed anytime soon, so
70%.
because it's like 12 o'clock here.
90%. 80%.
But I hope that the quality of the video is decent,
80%.
because that's linked to my monitor.
70%.
Right, a final pieces of shadow orbs, and then I done and completed this delve. Yeah, I'm having an alright day. Tomorrow I'll be working again at 2 job places. After that, so tomorrow I have to do some garden work, some scrubbing of the animal boxes, like health boxes and everything like that. I have to use a pressure washer, all that type of stuff. Alright, give me your ores, thank you. Give me some gold, nice. And the day after I have to work in another garden, and I think I'll be just doing the manual ground stuff, weeding and stuff like that. And then I got Thursday, similar weeding, and Friday, probably weeding too again. So lots of weeding.
90%.
But it does make me slightly some amount of money. It's not that much, but it provides a little living. Ooh, what did I find? Loot. What was that? Scan the environment, highlighting mislaid curiosity for the rest of the delve. Alright, let's open some chests. The Nemesis box, of course. Get some Under coins and 5 Champion Dawn crests. The Bountiful, we get the Petrified Root, which I can sell for about 150 each, so that's 450 gold. And we have a Hanging Brazier and some more of those roots. Let's open this Bountiful cover. Let's see what we get. Probably Champion. Yes, it is. Is it better than mine? I do get more crit, so let's go for it. I lose 1% haste, I mean 1 haste, so that's fine. 1 more curiosity. And let's teleport out of this dungeon. Now let's go to the next one, which will be the Twilight Crypts. And hopefully tomorrow the grotto will be the grotto pit in Harandar will be a bountiful. What's it called? Bountiful delve. And then I might get some hero pieces, maybe myth, if I do it in tier 11. Alright, 1500 meters away. One delve should take about 30 minutes. Is this one that I do not like either? If yes, too bad, we have to do it. Maybe it's one that I didn't do. Actually, I didn't do this. So let's see. It's champion still. So everything is champion except of this. Shall I go for this? It might be tier 11. I'm gonna save it for later. Let's just do a tier 8, as mentioned in the title. Because tier 11 I would get like 3 lives, I believe. Let's get the buff. And let's talk to the Twilight Hostage. And let's check Valeria's things. Oh, we have a new one here. Alright, we have the Nether Entrop Chris, which we gonna do. And I don't need movement. So let's see, champion at 56 grants you 1% haste. No, let's just remain what I have here. That's okay. Thankfully I did not do this on tier 11. I really hate it. Alright, I think we are in a special room. We'll be stunning here.
80%. 60%.
There we go. That's all that.
70%.
No idea where I am, but we'll find out soon. It's an entirely different story as well. Well, that's good. Let's her do this. I don't want to use the
80%.
goggles. I don't know where I put the goggles, but let's type in mini. There it is. So we will find some extra curiosities.
90%.
Just to improve her stats. Let's roam around if we can find any extras. So, did we loot that one? Yes, we did. Right? No, we didn't. I don't know how long we keep those soldiers with us. So we get an extra life. And the creature roaming around, I think he's not there. Not gonna work this time. Let's wait till he casts a spell or a interruptible
80%.
thing.
90%.
And also let's wait for the damage thing, which I'm gonna interrupt with my hoofy stumps. Like the crash. There we go. And that's done. Get some extra XP for my creature or my NPC.
100%. 80%. 90%.
So got 4 minions, and probably this one will block us too. Let's just give it a shot. Yep, it will block us. But nothing to worry about.
80%. 70%. 60%. 90%. 90%.
Is there a little boss? Yes, there is a boss. That's a nemesis. Which is good, of course. Should be not... I shall not be in the circle, so...
90%. 80%. 100%.
Let's open this gate and free some creatures. I cannot pass there with this spears over here, so let's first clear this room. Got some Nemesis beasts over there.
90%.
And we got the lever over there that's required for the
70%.
80% door on our left side.
70%.
Alright, let's do some massive damage. I hope at least.
80%. 100%.
I hope she out-heals all this.
40%. 70%. 60%.
But I'm afraid I have to use some potions as well.
90%. 80%. 60%.
There we go, of course.
40%.
Because she's horrible in this.
80%. 70%.
I really don't get why they wanted bloody healing stair thing.
60%. 50%. 90%.
There's nothing good on the healer. It looks alright in the beginning, but it's not really good. You rather focus on the tank one or a DPS one than the healer one. It might be good if you're a tank itself, but I mean, if you have to compete against this as a DPS, it's almost impossible with the healer unless your burst is quite big enough, like I do now. But it's better for her to tank it out. Because you can see now it's clearly, yeah, she loses some health, but she generates it quite fast back. And it's better to do it like this than having her as healer. Alright, this gate should be open here on the right side. As you can see, the spikes are literally gone. There are spikes over here, so that's not gonna work. So let's go around. A good thing, if she's, I think tanking, she will also interrupt the target. So we got another Nemesis. Let's wait 13 seconds and then we can just burst this thing down. Okay, let's wait to cool down. And we got the fully upgraded strongbox. And let's skin our beauties on the ground there. Alright, in 3, 2, 1. I don't have my cooldown yet, but it's alright. Using his abilities, his special abilities at least. I'm gonna try to boop him away. Like that. And he got to leap. And we do the skin. Now we take the second exit. So we'll be past the gate. So after this delve I will go sleep because I am pretty tired. I'm just doing 2 or 3 delves a day on streaming. When I stream, of course. Another ogre, the Beta. The Ace of Hunts. 3,000 gold, 3,000 gold worth item, which is good. Alright, let's open the gates. Oh. So that one is opened. That one remains closed. Closed. Alright, no worries. That means that this one will be open and we can walk back. Alright, let's kill Big Chunky here. I think the last 3 hostages are behind that gate.
%.
I really want to kill the ads, but if I have no other choice, I will probably kill them all. Right, I need to focus because I have a sleepy eye already. There we go. Now we should be doing the final boss. Okay.
90%.
Let's push him out of his life. Why am I wearing this helmet?
90%.
I didn't even choose that I was wearing that helmet, I think. Oh no, it's the item that I picked up. The helmet,
80%.
the mask.
%.
Almost done. At least the tank is doing alright. If I was making her a healer, I will probably die. No, the thing has a thing to choose to focus on. Alright, there we go.
10%.
Oh,
0%. 70%.
bloody hell.
80%.
Unbelievable.
90%.
Alright, let's do this again. I don't know what happened on the end. Maybe I surely knocked down, I don't know. Or it was a shadow cleave.
90%.
It's a very tiny room to move, so...
70%. 60%.
Come on, do not die again.
50%. 60%. 70%. 70%.
47 HP percentage.
80%.
Let's heal Valeria a
90%.
bit.
20%.
Why do I get healing surge here but not on restoration?
20%. 70%.
Come on, don't die on me.
80%. 90%. 90%.
It's very low in HP. There we go. Now it should be dead. Alright, let's open the trunks. Ooh, we have a veteran shield. Alright, let's open the Nemesis Strongbox and let's open the coffer. And we have another champion item and a new skill. Alright, let's take that for a moment, and I thank you for watching. Yes, it's just a 1 hour stream, but I'll just do 1 hour streams for now for a bit. So once again, thank you for watching, and I will probably see you in the next. Bye!